Hey guys, what's going on? Today we're going to be checking out the new JBL SB550 and seeing how it sounds, how it is to use, and if I think you should buy one. All that's soon to come, but if you guys could please hit those like and subscribe buttons before we get started, that would really help me out as a small channel. And with all that out of the way, let's get into this. So starting out with what even is this thing? So it is a soundbar subwoofer combo from JBL that has 3 channels up top and then 1 channel down below. And the subwoofer itself is wirelessly connected to the soundbar, so the setup is pretty easy. And at a base level, that's pretty much what it is. It puts out about 250 watts of power, and you can connect to it through Bluetooth, HDMI ARC, or optical. So at a base level, that's pretty much what it is. But now let's get into the important part. How does it sound? And I'm going to be honest here, actually surprisingly good. So it has an incredibly full sound, so you can hear pretty much very crisp highs and clear mids. And then the bass is pretty tight, and you definitely feel it. Like, it's not the best thing ever. It's not as good as like a giant subwoofer would be. But for your family room at home, I think it would do more than enough for most people. It does a really good job of filling the room with sound, and even though it's not too loud, it still has a really good throw on it, and that's really what I enjoy about it. It has 3 drivers and then 2 tweeters, so you do get a good bit of separation. It also allows you to adjust how it sounds to some degree, so you can adjust the bass. It's got like 5 different notches, and then at the same time, you can also adjust the profile of the audio coming out of the soundbar itself. So it has 3 modes. It's got music, which does sound actually pretty good for music. It's got voice, which emphasizes like vocal frequencies. And then it's got movie, which does basically just a mix of like the 2, I guess. Like it kind of brings up the bass a little bit, but also keeps the voice at like a level that you can definitely hear what people are talking about. As for my experience with it, I actually do think it sounds really well. I mean, it's no like full surround sound system, but I think especially if you're just like trying to boost like what your TV's built-in speakers sound like, does an amazing job, and it's like way levels above that. Like you would notice it on like a day-to-day level, I think. So now I'm going to put in a sound test of kind of what the speaker sounds like. I will say as a disclaimer that my microphone, what headphones you're listening to this on, and YouTube's compression all do play a part in changing how it sounds, but people always ask for it, so I put it in here. So we'll run that now.
All around, say her body is fantastic. All natural, not a piece of fur is plastic. Head to her toes, yeah, they say that she's a latch. Yeah, the whispers all around say she has a reputation. Don't believe it till I see it, so I want a demonstration. And I've always learned it better with a hands-on education. So I need a private session if you get what I am saying. And they say that she's not easy, no, she's really complicated. But that only makes it better, and it's got me so fixated. And I'm not the type to wait around, I've never hesitated, but she's got me captivated. So the game, I'm gonna play it, yeah. You got a body like...
So I do think it actually sounds pretty good. Now let's get into some of the features I'm not a huge fan of. One is the soundbar itself has capacitive buttons on it. So that I've never really been a huge fan of capacitive buttons. I feel like half the time they don't work, and like you have to just press them really specifically. It obviously depends on the button and also like how like moisture, like I think it's got like moisture in the air and how moist your finger is and stuff like that. It's got a bunch of like weird levels on how it works, but I just feel like half the time they don't work, at least for me. That's really the only issues I've had with it. Everything else seems to work. Like it's got auto turn on, so like when you turn your TV on, it like goes through HDMI ARC and turns the soundbar on as well. And you can also pass the audio directly through that super easily, so I love that. As well, the actual quality of the thing is super high. Like I feel like it feels super solid. It's got like a really tough, durable feel, and like there's no obnoxious logos on it or anything. I think you could put it in your family room and just have it blend in perfectly fine. So I think that's also a nice feature. As well, if you want, you can hang it on your wall because it's got wall mounts that come with it. So another fun thing right there. But yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on the thing. I think overall, especially at this price point, I mean, it's nothing too incredible, but it does what it should, and it does it well. So I don't think there's anything really I can say bad about it. So if you're looking for something in this price point and you come across this thing, I definitely would recommend it. If you have any other questions or comments, though, please leave them down below. But that's pretty much all I have for today. So thank you guys so much again for watching, and like and subscribe